New York Liberty head coach Sandy Brondello has been fired. Code red, everybody alert. Sandy Brondello is out on the market. We got a shark.
The WNBA playoffs just dropped a bombshell, and it came straight out of New York. In a move nobody saw coming, the Liberty parted ways with their legendary head coach Sandy Brondello. On the surface, it looks like chaos for New York. But dig deeper, and it could be a golden opportunity for Indiana. If you're Caitlin Clark or any Fever fan, you're probably already connecting the dots. Imagine Brondello leading Indiana's rise. If you think the Fever should make that move, let it be known. Bring Brondello to Indy.
Sandy Brondello is the best option for us to get the Caitlin Clark of Iowa. Bring in Sandy. Bring in Sandy, and it's going to be showtime, because I believe if you get Sandy, Sabrina Ionescu's a free agent. Breanna Stewart is a free agent. We talking big business now. We talking big.
Let's be real. Brondello isn't just another coach with a decent resume. She's the rare leader who could actually unleash Caitlin Clark's entire arsenal and take her from rising phenom to undisputed GOAT. With championship pedigree, proven experience, and a tactical mind built for big stages, Brondello offers the perfect blend. The freedom for Clark to dominate and the structure to lead a dynasty.
She's a great player. It would have been good for our crowd to see her, but hopefully they get to see her after post-All-Star. You get to play them again. As for the All-Star, I'm excited to get to know her a little bit. I think that's the part of the All-Star. It's going to coach players that you haven't coached before and get them to know them a little bit and enjoy the whole celebration.
And here's where the tension really kicks in. The louder fans call for this move, the clearer it gets that the league would dread it. Because let's be honest, if Caitlin Clark ever joined forces with Sandy Brondello, the WNBA's balance of power would shift overnight. That duo wouldn't just win. They'd unravel every fragile storyline and expose the insecurities of jealous veterans while undercutting the narratives Commissioner Kathy Engelbert has been trying to sell. In this video, we're breaking down exactly why this partnership terrifies the league and why it could change everything.
To me, Sandy doesn't strike me as a yes man. She strikes me as somebody, when she's talking to the general manager, she's going to speak her mind. She's just not going to, yes, GM, yes. Yes, general manager, I agree. Yes, general manager, I...
So how did we even get here? On paper, the Liberty had a terrific regular season. No doubt about it. They were loaded with talent, racked up statement wins, and walked into the playoffs looking every bit like contenders. But when the stage got bigger and the Phoenix Mercury turned up the heat, the cracks began to show. Injuries played a brutal role. Breanna Stewart, Sabrina Ionescu, and Jonquel Jones were all banged up, yet none of them backed down. They laced up, pushed through the pain, and fought for every possession. Stewart even went off for 30 points in that do-or-die elimination game, a performance built on pure grit. But as inspiring as it was, toughness alone couldn't overcome the toll. The fatigue, the injuries, and the pressure finally caught up. And just like that, New York's season ended in heartbreak.
7-17, ravaged by injury all season long. Jonquel Jones out for a good part of the season. Breanna Stewart dealing with a knee issue during the playoffs. They lose.
Here's the real shocker. After that crushing loss, not a single player pointed fingers at their coach. Not one. In fact, the opposite happened. The team closed ranks around Sandy Brondello, standing with her, vowing to come back stronger, and making it clear she still had their trust. Clips of Stewart, Ionescu, and others backing their coach went viral, sending one message loud and clear. They believed in her. And then boom. Less than 24 hours later, the rug was ripped out. The Liberty's front office, led by their GM, announced Brondello's contract would not be renewed. Just like that, she was gone.
The New York Liberty have let go Sandy Brondello. Well, in their terms, they will not renew her contract. In our eyes, they parted ways. She was fired, essentially. But not as bad as being fired, I guess. But that's just how we talk out here. Nonetheless, I'm shocked. She's been a coach there for 4 seasons. You look at the past 3 seasons, she made it to the finals in her 2nd season. She won the finals in her 3rd season, and they lost in round 1 this year. Outside looking in, you look at this franchise and you see that's a successful franchise. New York is a powerhouse in the W right now.
The fallout was immediate and chaotic. Fans were blindsided. Analysts torched the move as reckless. Even rival teams, who stood to gain from New York's unraveling, couldn't help but shake their heads in disbelief. Nobody had this on their radar. No one expected the Liberty to dump the very coach who had transformed their franchise from an afterthought into a legitimate powerhouse.
Say to those who question whether Sandy should be here next year to coach you guys again.
What the fuck?
I'm not saying I question it. There's just some people that do.
I mean, to anybody that kind of questions Sandy being here, like, this is a resilient group, and she has our back and we have hers. And the way that she continued to kind of, I don't know, deal with the cards she was dealt, like, was incredible. It wasn't easy for anybody, but she came in every day with a positive attitude and a mindset to put us in our best positions possible and best foot forward. So we're not going to be a team that points fingers. You know, there's a lot of us that could have done better this season, but we're still going to fight and show up for each other every single day. And I think that's what's the most important part. So we have Sandy's back.
Thanks, everyone.
Let's call it what it is. Not just a coaching change, but arguably the dumbest move in Liberty history. They didn't just let go of a coach. They tossed aside the architect of their championship culture. Their clearest path to another title vanished overnight. And the ripple effects? Absolutely monumental.
Saw this news and I went, what the bleep? Literally, audibly out of my mouth. What the?
So why is this being called the most catastrophic decision in Liberty history? Simple. Once you step back and look at Sandy Brondello's resume, her legacy, and everything she built in such a short time, the move becomes flat out indefensible. Brondello isn't just a good coach, she's elite. One of the most respected, decorated, and sought-after minds in the entire WNBA. And none of that reputation was given. She built it brick by brick, season after season, earning every ounce of respect along the way.
WNBA championships, and the year before, in 2023, won the Eastern Conference title. I mean, what are we doing? She's got a 600 winning percentage and a ton of experience.
Look at the timeline. Brondello took over in 2022 and wasted no time, instantly turning the Liberty into playoff contenders in her very first season. That's how you set a tone. Then came 2023, when she cranked it up another level. 32 wins, just 8 losses, and a trip to the finals. Sure, they didn't hoist the trophy, but they sent a message loud and clear. New York was back.
Last 3 seasons, Sandy Brondello, 32-8, made the finals, lost to the Las Vegas Aces. 2024, made the finals.